Karla, do you want to master the art of tennis coaching?
Nick, I do.
All right, last time I taught you how to feed the ball, how to hand feed. Today, we're going to tap into the intuitive tennis methodology. And I'm going to teach you some great methods how to teach beginners. But this is not only applicable for novice tennis players. These exercises could be used as a recalibration for intermediate players or even advanced players. So I'm going to have you teach me lefty like I did last time, but first I want to show you how to teach a beginner a forehand, okay? So the first thing that you want to do with a beginner is position them fairly close to the net. But let's just start at the service line. So you're going to have your students stand right in the middle and you're going to have them face the net completely open. Now the reason why I have beginners face the net open like this, because right off the bat they're going to learn how to make proper contact. Because one of the number one mistakes that coaches make is teach their beginners to stay sideways on the forehand. And now the beginner is guaranteed not to utilize proper rotation. They're going to make contact way too far behind. So by staying open, they are already developing the proper contact. And the rotation is going to be much simpler once we have them turn towards the side. So the beginner is going to be open towards the net like this.
Okay.
They're simply going to stick their racket out to the side. Now what we're trying to develop here is a feel for the ball right off the bat. Go ahead and hold the racket. And I want you to get your hand as close to the strings as possible. You can even put your fingers on the string. So by doing it this way, the beginner is going to feel the impact with the ball much more intensely. And it's not only that, they also are going to have a much easier time making contact, because when they come from all the way back here, if you teach them a backswing right away, they disassociate from the contact and it's much more difficult to feel the ball. So you have them start like this, the hand very close to the strings. The closer the hand is to the strings, the more they feel the ball. And now you teach them the finish. They're going to make their elbow point forward to the other side, and the tip of the racket is going to point towards the back fence. That's the finish. They're going low to high. And the important factor here to consider is the elbow pointing straight forward like this. All right, so let's try it out. I'm just going to drop feed the ball. Go ahead and stay completely open. I'm going to drop feed.
Ooh.
Now, if the racket ends up going back a little bit, that's not necessarily that much of a concern, okay? Go ahead and finish and hold the finish, okay? You want to emphasize to the beginner that they hold the finish so they know where they finish. Maybe they can count like 1,000 for 1 second. Okay, and now you do this maybe 10, 15 times. Have them slide down on the grip, slide down towards the top of the handle, top of the handle. No, top of the handle, like this, yes. You do the same thing. One more. Now you notice something interesting. Because we had the hand, put the hand on the string too, and I'll slide all the way down to the grip. You notice that you're naturally now in a semi-western grip. So if you put the beginner's hand against the string and have them slide down to the bottom of the grip, naturally they end up right at semi-western, which is the most optimal grip there is. So just make sure that you check when they slide down that they're indeed in a semi-western grip, because that's going to be the easiest grip to learn the forehand. And now you have them hold the racket normally and make sure that they're holding the racket correctly, because that's one of the most important things when you teach tennis, is that the actual hold of the racket is correct, that the fingers are angled off like this and that the pinky is as close to the edge as possible. And just check if the hand position is correct.
All right.
And then you have them hit a few balls from here. Beautiful job.
Nick, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So like when I was doing my PTR stuff, they talk about progressions and I like kind of understood it, but is that basically what this is? Because like you kind of made it a little bit, you changed it every time at every step. So is this what a progression is?
Yes. So maybe you cut the stroke down in different pieces.
Okay.
And then you progress from one piece to the other, eventually ending up in the full stroke.
Okay.
This surely is a progression because it's not the full stroke.
All right.
Eventually we're going to end up in the full stroke, but not quite yet. This is good enough for a beginner. So this is the walk with me drill. You're going to get the student comfortable moving and hitting. Key again is starting from the contact point. Okay? And you're going to feed them a ball here, and you're going to walk forward. Let them hit another one. And then you're going to walk backwards with them. And you're going to make them walk to the side like this.
Ooh.
And now make sure that when they're walking to the side, they're moving naturally to the side, not sideways. Go again, like this. And now you're going to make them walk backwards this way. All right, now you start to take your racket all the way back, which is okay. But if your beginner student starts doing that, remember, they're going to disassociate from the contact. Ball is going to start spraying all over the place.
Okay.
So make sure that you continue to emphasize starting from the contact point.
Okay.
And now the next thing you can do on day one, which is the great thing about teaching a beginner student this way, is that you're going to be able to rally with them right off the bat. They're going to be able to rally with you. So let's try that out real quick. You're going to have them in between the service line and the net right here.
Okay.
And you're going to gently feed the ball to their forehand. And remember, in last lesson, we learned how to feed properly. So you make sure your feet is gentle, and then you just tap the ball back and forth with them, okay? They're going to start in front, and they're going to try to hit the ball as softly as possible. It's way more important to hit soft in the beginning than it is to hit hard, because control is of the utmost importance, and it's really the only way they're going to be able to rally with you. Now, you're most likely going to have to hit volleys, so make sure that you improve your volley skills. Those are very important for a coach. Of course, you can back up a little bit and then let the ball bounce, but make sure that you emphasize that the student hits as soft as possible. And you guys can, on day one with these progressions, start to rally back and forth. I've done it hundreds of times, Karla. So that should be good enough for the forehand on day one. If you have time in an hour lesson, which you probably will do, you can also introduce backhands, and that's what we're going to do next. Karla, when it comes to the backhand, there are two options. And this makes the backhands into somewhat of a dilemma. Do you teach them a one-handed backhand or a two-handed backhand? I want you to be flexible with this and not make a rule that you're going to teach everybody a two-handed backhand or everybody a one-handed backhand. You kind of have to go by feel. Some players will have a easier time hitting a one-hander. Kind of depends a little bit on their age and whether it's male or female. And generally, all juniors are going to have an easier time hitting a two-handed backhand, but it doesn't mean that all juniors should hit two-handed backhand. So I encourage you as a coach to keep the one-handed backhand alive. And I'm going to show you progressions for both, which can be used for beginners, but they can also be used to recalibrate the backhand for intermediate players or advanced players. But let's start with the two-handed backhand. And what you're going to do is put the left hand, if your student is right-handed, on the string, and you're going to put the right hand on the throat of the racket. Now, the great thing is that most students will find the correct grip by putting their hands on the racket in this way. And just like the forehand, you're going to start at the contact point. Now, one big difference between the forehand and the backhand is that you're going to start the student sideways on both the one and the two-handed backhand, and you're going to start them open on the forehand. Because we want to naturally develop the proper contact point. The contact point is further behind on both the one-handed and the two-handed backhand. It's not the same. We'll get to that later. So you want to start them sideways, and because they're going to start from the contact, they're going to be able to feel the ball much better, and they're most importantly going to be able to make contact. All they're going to do is go low to high. They're going to have their left elbow point forward, and they're going to have their right elbow point towards the side. Naturally, when you tell them to point the right elbow to the side, they will start rotating a little bit more naturally without you having to tell them to rotate. If you don't mention the elbows, they're simply going to go up like this, and both elbows are going to point forward. So the left elbow needs to point forward and the right elbow needs to point towards the side. The racket has to go over the shoulder on the finish. Let's do a few reps. 3 fingers on the string. Yep. You start right there. Drop feed a ball.
Ah!
That's a good finish. Come again. Very nice. And now you're going to slide the hands all the way down to the grip. And you notice that you're in a correct grip. With the left hand, you are between semi-western and eastern on that corner with your base knuckle. And you're in a continental grip on bevel number 2 with your right hand. Simply by sliding down, you end up in the correct grip. And you have them again start at the contact and finish the correct way. You can finish a little bit better there. Get the right elbow towards the side of the fence. That's way better. And then after you've done some reps this way, you do the walking drill with them, just like you did on the forehand. And then you try to rally with them backhand to backhand. Don't mix forehands and backhands yet. Have them hit enough backhands so they get comfortable with it. And maybe at the end of the lesson, you have them mix between forehand and backhand. And that is going to be a very challenging thing. Why? Because they're going to have to learn to switch the grip. And that's where you teach them to switch the grip the correct way. Because most players are not going to do that correctly intuitively. They're going to start flipping the racket in their hand like this. So you have to teach them that there's the left hand that turns the grip between forehand and backhand. Those are the mechanics of changing the grip. And then you can also tell them about the ready position with the feet being shoulder width apart and being in an athletic position ready for the next ball. And while they're in this athletic position, they're going to keep their left hand towards the throat, and that's where they're going to change the grip, loosening the hold with the hitting hand and then turning the racket like this. Karla, keep the one-handed backhand alive in the world of tennis with these progressions. If you want to teach somebody a one-handed backhand, you're going to have them put their hand as close to the strings as possible. So what you're going to do is have them put their thumb behind the string bed like this. You're going to have them grip the racket rather tightly on the throat and stick the thumb behind the strings, and you're going to have them start from the contact point, and the movement is low to high. You're basically going to have them bring their hand across the body and up like this. That's going to be the movement.
So I'm facing you?
Yeah, exactly.
And then...
So you're going to put the thumb right like this. You're going to have the arm completely straight.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to stay sideways just like you do on the two-handed backhand, and you're going to drop feed the ball. The student's going to go up like this. Doesn't have to go back yet.
Okay.
There's going to be another progression. They're just going to go across the body, so the hand is on this side of the body, and the racket's going to go up.
Okay. Up.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
great.
Go again.
I actually don't have a one-handed, so
This is
I'm actually
very
learning.
helpful to you.
Yeah.
One more time.
This is great.
Okay, and
Well, I
now
feel like
you
I'm
have them
pro.
slide down. If you go straight down from this position, you end up in an Eastern backhand grip. So right away, you're teaching them the correct grip. Now make sure that when they hold the racket tight here, as they're sliding down, the hold is still tight. And the knuckles are a little bit closer together compared to all the other grips in the game of tennis. And now, when they're holding the racket all the way on the bottom, you do the same progression. You have them go across the body and up.
All right.
So go ahead and put your thumb on the string.
Thumb on the string.
Hold it tight here on the throat.
Okay.
Thumb on the string, tight on the throat. Slide down, slide straight down, slide, slide, slide. Okay, there you go. And you end up in a, don't go in a continental, you turned it. Go back
What
here.
do you want me to do? Okay.
Straight down, and you end up in an Eastern. You see how you're in an
Is
Eastern?
that Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eastern,
I see it.
Eastern is the first bevel.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're Eastern, a little bit tighter hold. And you're going to start here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Extended arm.
Ooh.
And you go up and across. It's okay, don't worry about that. That can happen.
I think I almost accidentally hit you.
That's
All right.
okay. That's part of the job. You sometimes get hit with the ball. It's not a big deal. Here we go. That's a beautiful one-handed backhand, Karla. Get the hand to go across the body a little bit more.
Okay. Like, wait,
Absolutely
like that.
perfect.
Oh, cool.
Make
Is
sure
that
the
kinda
arm.
wristy?
Make sure it's not just the forearm rolling over. Make sure the arm is extended for
Okay.
the entirety of this progression. Okay. Good. All right. So that's it for the one-handed backhand progressions. It's more simple than a two-handed backhand. You're going to find that some players, especially adult males who are beginners in their adulthood,
Yeah.
they're going to sometimes have an easier time doing a one-handed backhand compared to a two-handed backhand. So
Oh, wow.
you have to be open to this, and even with juniors, keep the one-handed backhand alive. Don't force it upon anyone, but keep the option open to teach it to players.
Yeah.
All
Sounds
right?
good. All right.
Are you ready now to teach me?
Yeah, let's do it. So let's start off with the forehand. Oh, you're a lefty.
I'm lefty, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm going to have you stand at the tee. This little thing is a tee. I want you to face the net and let me see your racket. All right. So I want you to grab the racket, 3 fingers at the top at the strings. Perfect. So we're going to hit a couple forehands. I want you to put it here. Like, this is called the contact point. It's like where you would hit the ball. You know, maybe you've seen some tennis players, they like do this whole swing. We're just going to focus on here. So I want you to, I'm going to drop the ball right in front of you. I want you to finish over your other shoulder. I want your elbow to face that fence, all right? So let's do it. Oh, that was amazing. Look at you. You're a pro already. You sure you never played tennis before?
Never played before.
Wow. All right. How'd that feel?
Felt amazing.
All right, awesome. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bring your hand down. How do you call it? Now I'm asking you as a coach. Step
Yeah.
out of your student. So do you start over here too?
Yeah,
Or-
you do three separate ways.
Okay, all right.
Let's just do the third now. Let's just say that I'm a very talented student. It's not true.
That's not
You
true.
know?
You are a very talented student.
So
all right, so
you can put me down all the way.
all right, so start with the 3 fingers so then I can practice
Yeah,
explaining.
sure.
So I want you to slide your hand down all the way to the end of the racket. I want your pinky to be sort of at the, whoa, what you doing? Good. You want it kind of around there. Maybe move
like
a little
this?
bit up. No.
This. So the
Yeah, that's,
hand
pretty good.
position is so important. That's why I brought it up before.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you look at the knuckles.
Okay.
The knuckles have to be angled sideways in relation to the way the grip goes up and down. So that also involves like a little gap between the middle finger and the index finger.
Oh, that's like huge.
And the
All right.
pinky is on the edge. So that's the right way to hold the racket. You want to make sure that they're holding it the right way, because a lot of people will hold like this.
Yeah, and it's like too.
Yeah, that's no good. That's too stiff.
Staggered.
It's too stiff of a grip.
Okay, cool. It's like really interesting because a lot of this stuff is like kind of comes intuitively after you've played for so long.
For sure.
So start at the contact point. I'm gonna move this a little bit. So here. Finish over your shoulder, point elbow to the other fence. Good job. This is amazing. It's really good. Wow. I like that you're holding it there. I'm gonna do one more. Last one. Good job.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I feel like this progression is helping my lefty forehand so much. I hit some last time. You gave me a lesson and I'm feeling the ball so much more. And I actually can feel the area around the contact so much better. This is fantastic.
Well, I'm glad because you came up with it. So let's do the backhand.
You're not going to walk with me?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Because it's important in
Yeah.
order to rally with the student.
Yeah.
If you don't walk with them, they're going to feel so awkward because you're not going to be able to get the ball right to them. It's going to involve a little bit of moving around when you start rallying with them, because the goal should be rallying with them on day one. The most pleasurable thing about tennis is the ability to hit the ball back and forth. Yeah. And often beginner students go months without having that ability. Even junior players go months, sometimes years, without having the ability to rally, and they never truly get to enjoy tennis. So what I try to do with beginners is have them rally successfully on day one, and that's where they fall in love with the game. Because what that means is that they can rather quickly go out with someone else and play on their own.
So this drill is called walk with me.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk backwards and you're going to start hitting the ball this way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk back with you. So you're going to be walking back.
Sounds good.
And then we'll go side to side. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Oh my gosh, Nick, what did you do?
Okay.
Back it up. Great
You're talking to me as Nick, not the student, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to do what a lot of students do. They get excited and they start swinging, you know, and the ball goes over the fence, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Just if you see that, I want you to correct them, by the way.
Let's do it again.
All right, here we go.
Before we get started, I do want you to start at the contact point. I don't want you to like swing it back or anything.
Okay.
Just start from here and then finish over your shoulder. Ready?
Okay.
That's really good. All right, come again. Nice movement.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
I would never talk to a student like that. That was me talking to you.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
Well, I'm going to teach you a two. You only want me
No, just the one-hander. Forget the two.
Why?
You're going to make the judgment and teach me a one-handed backhand.
All right. Can you show me, like, once again what the...
Thumb on the string.
No, I need to see the grip for the one-handed backhand.
The two-handed backhand grip with the right hand is a continental grip.
Okay, I'm going to stand
And it's a regular hold. You see this?
Yeah.
Because there's absolutely nothing behind the hand on the one-handed backhand. You have the least amount of support out of any shot in tennis. Because remember, on the forehand, the hand is behind. On the serve, the hand is behind. On the two-handed backhand, you have the left hand to help. Here, the hand is open in the back. So you have to hold a little bit tighter. Of course, not too tight, like don't choke it to death, but not like this on the one-handed backhand. You won't have any stability. Okay. Right? So a little bit tighter. And not in a continental grip, but in an Eastern grip, which is the first bevel right here. That's an Eastern grip, okay? Bevel number 1. This is 1, 2, 3, okay? Bevel number 1. And the way you find it is very easy. You put the knuckles aligned with the throat of the racket. The thumb is going to be behind the string bed. And if you slide down, look, I slide straight down. Look where I end up. I end up in an Eastern.
So you want it in this one?
I want it right on top.
Okay.
That's an Eastern backhand grip. You see? Perfect Eastern backhand grip.
All right, Nick. Well, you did amazing with the forehand. So let's get started on the backhand. Have you ever tried a backhand before?
I never tried backhand before.
So I want you to actually put your thumb right here on the strings.
Remember, you're supposed to tell me why I should do it with one hand versus doing it with two hands. You can try it out. You can make an experiment. You can see, you know what? Let's try this progression with one hand, and then we'll try it with two hands, and we'll see which one works better for you, and we'll make a decision.
All right, so what if we do that instead?
You can try. Yeah. You know, it's all about experimentation sometimes, especially with beginners where they don't have any muscle memory built up. Okay. You know, you can be more experimental in that regard.
All right. So you're at the tee already. So we're really gonna pick it up from there. So you're already facing me, and we're gonna test something out. So maybe if you've watched some professional tennis, you'll have seen like some players play with one hand, some players play with two hands for the backhand. I don't know if you've noticed that. So let's do a little, experiment and see which one feels better for you, which one feels more intuitive. Let's start out with the one-handed backhand first.
Okay.
You're gonna start here at the contact point, just like we did on the forehand, You're gonna go up, come, and I want you to point your racket up to the sky. All right, so let's get started. Oh no! So start from low to high. So I really want you to like, kind of, can I angle the racket head or no?
No.
All right, so it has to be like this?
Yeah, neutral.
All right, go ahead.
Also, look where you're feeding in front of me. I'm like leaning forward. Feed it closer to my racket. You drop it right in front of my racket.
Come on, Nick, you can do it. Low to high. There we go. That's much better. And then last one. No.
When you see me struggling to get over the net, you might want to move me up. Make it easier
well, here,
for me.
can we try like a couple more with
Sure,
that one?
sure.
So, but I think it's that you're kind of like trying to push it.
Yeah, you're right.
There we go. That was much better.
Tip.
So across more.
That's a great tip.
One more. Last one.
That's
a
great tip, Karla. Thank you.
Thanks, my coach.
Good observation. I didn't really feel that, but now when you emphasize like going across a little more, I felt more body involvement. I felt the body helping me out and getting a little bit more energy from my back, and I was able to get more depth. That's an excellent tip.
It looked much better.
Thank you, yeah.
All right, so I just want you to slide all the way down. So you're gonna start at the contact point. I do want you to come across and finish with your racket pointing up to the sky. Let's do a couple. So we'll do 5.
That feels
That's
so
okay.
awkward.
You're doing good. All right, low to high. That was much better. All right. Look at that. That's amazing. One more.
Wow.
Oh, sorry about that. Nice shot.
Those felt amazing, Karla.
Well, you did really well. Now, Nick, you know how we did the walk with me drill on your forehand side?
Yeah.
So we're going to do it on your backhand side.
Okay.
All right, you ready? This is like a big step.
I'm ready.
All right, I believe in you. So we're going to go this way, then come back, and then this way. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. Low to high. Ooh, it's okay. Come across with it, across with it. I like the footwork. Come again. All right, back it up, back it up, back it up. Nice shot. Ooh, that was really good. Come again. Nice. Nick, you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
All right, come with me. One on the side, one on the side. Last one. Nice shot. Nick, racket tap. That was so good. Boom. All right, so if I were teaching the two-handed one, okay, you put like the 3 fingers up here and you're a lefty. Okay. So you're going to put your left hand on the strings like this. You want 3 fingers at the top.
The other way. Right hand on the string.
What am I doing? What's the left
Right hand on the string for lefties.
Oh, yeah, because it's this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want your right hand on the top of the strings, and then your left hand, you're just going to put it on the thread of the racket.
Yep.
All right. So good. Face me. Nice job. And you're going to finish with your right elbow, right, to the side.
Left.
Why?
Because it's lefty.
Okay, I see. All right, left elbow.
It helps to do
side.
like a little shadow stroke yourself to just kind of, if you get confused between righty and lefty, just
like
do like a shadow stroke, and that way you'll figure it out, because it can be confusing, you know?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's the left. Okay.
Okay.
You want your left arm when you finish. You know how we were pointing our elbows to the other fence? Want your left arm to be facing the other, like. So I want your, whoa, that's okay. All right, so we're starting here, right? I want you to finish with your elbows.
Oh, okay.
Up, like
I got
over. So you need to finish over.
Got it.
Your shoulder.
Like this?
Yeah, and then you have this elbow sort of facing out.
Got it.
That make more sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
All right, so let's do 3 more.
Okay.
Oh, look like, oh my gosh, that's like pro moves already. That's amazing. Look at the height you're getting on that ball. Nick, nice job.
This one felt a lot worse.
Did it really? Between this one and the one-handed?
Well, maybe if I tried to hold it like normal,
yeah,
like I did it with the one hand, I'll be able to tell you, but first impression, I like one hand better. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm
no
lying,
problem.
by the way.
Oh.
I'm lying. It felt better with 2 hands just because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but you know, like, I don't think that that's always necessarily the case.
I'm telling you, for adult males,
yeah,
especially if they happen to be a little bit older, a lot of them will like the one-handed feel, and some females as well. But some will also like the two-handed feel better. So again, it's like there's no right or wrong regarding that.
All right, awesome.
You got to keep the one-hander alive, you know?
So Nick, go ahead and grab the racket how we were doing it during the drill. Nice job. So to do like a normal grip for a backhand, I want you to slide this hand all the way down, slide this hand all the way down. It's supposed to bring you to the right grip. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. That's perfect. All right, it looks good to me.
Yeah, it's correct grip, Karla.
Amazing.
100%.
Love it. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drop the ball. We're gonna do 5.
Okay.
You're gonna finish over your shoulder.
Yep.
Left elbow facing out. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Number 1. That's amazing. Are you sure? You've never played before, Nick?
Never played before.
Wow. Come again, come again. Nice job. Nice finish. Here, come again. Good. Last one. There. Oh, okay. Changing it up. Looking good. All right. So next thing we're going to do, since you did so amazing with that, is we're going to do the walk with me drill, just like we did on the forehand side.
Yeah.
And bring it forward. Oh, nice. This is number 2, number 3 over here. All right, back it up, back it up, back it up. Nice job. Loving the footwork. Nice. Come again, come again. Last one, come, 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 come. And we're gonna go to the side. Come with me, follow me, follow me. Nice job, one more. And back it up, last one. What a winner. The crowd goes wild. Nice job, Nick. That was so good.
Thank you.
All right, what do we do now?
Well, I think you need to come up with a decision on how to proceed, because you can't learn one-handed and two-handed. You gotta decide on one or the other. What do you think I should do as a student? Should I continue with the one-handed or the two-handed? What's your opinion?
So you said that you liked the one-handed better earlier.
Yeah, I lied. The two-handed backhand felt better.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a lot better.
Yeah, but the one-handed backhand, I think is going to be better if we learn that one.
No, yeah, and there's
personally.
probably like less information about how to like actually build one.
Absolutely,
So,
100%. So
right.
We'll stick with a one-handed backhand. Karla, you did amazing.
Thank you, Nick.
I like the way you are communicating with the student. Some coaches don't say enough. Some coaches say too much. I want you to be yourself, because if you put on a persona that's not natural to you, it's going to be impossible to maintain that persona over many, many years. So just be yourself. Okay. Some people are more quiet. Some people are a little bit more extroverted, if you will. So just be yourself. And the amount of information that you were giving was good. So that part I liked. And you did a great job with the forehand and the backhand today.
Yeah.
Next time, we're going to do the serve and the volleys, how to teach beginners on those strokes, and also you can use those as a recalibration method for intermediates and advanced. And then after that, we're going to have a live student.
Oh my gosh.
Where I'm going to be watching from the side.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to see how you do and give you some advice.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing a phenomenal job so far.
Thank you so much.
Great job.